Yet again, Instagram has been shifting and updating things in the background with regards to the algorithm. And so in today's video, I'm going to review the most recent announcement from Adam Mosseri and what this means to you, especially if you are a smaller creator. So make sure you stick around so you can find out exactly what you should be doing to take advantage of these updates, because there really is a huge potential for quick growth here. Just quickly though, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Leah Buckingham and I help ambitious business owners and entrepreneurs to scale their businesses online so that they have more impact, income and freedom in their lives. If you'd like to see my weekly trainings, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button right now. Okay, so this week Adam Mosseri took to his Instagram page again to talk about updates to recommendations. Now, we are all well aware of the massive backlash Instagram got last month for all the changes, and in particular one of these changes was the increased amount of suggested posts showing up on people's feeds. The whole reasoning around recommendations is to show people more of what they like. So recommendations or suggested posts are shown to you of people that you don't currently follow that they think you would enjoy seeing content from. You know, if this works properly, then you would think it's a win-win for both sides. The person who is being shown this other person's posts could be winning because they are being shown content from a creator they have never seen before, but from one they are interested in. So that's a big tick. And then on the other side, this creator is having their posts appear on people's feeds who don't currently follow them. So they are getting greater reach and potentially more followers too. So, you know, that's an even greater tick. But Instagram seems to be way off on some of these recommendations, and people's feeds have been just full of them, so much so that they have been seeing content from people they don't actually, you know, they're not seeing it from people they follow, and, you know, people are not happy about it, so they've been shouting about it from the rooftops online. Adam Mosseri, he's admitted that they have not been doing a good job with recommendations as they should be. And so I think this is why Adam has created this video this week about recommendations, to show us what they are doing to improve it. So what does this mean for us and the future of recommendations on Instagram? And more importantly, how does this affect us as small creators? Okay, so in the video, the first thing that gets my attention is when Adam says in the future feed will be largely driven by recommendations. He also goes on to say that they are finding people tend to be engaging with their friends more over on stories and in the DMs.
Future of feed will be largely driven by recommendations because we're seeing friend sharing is moving increasingly to stories and to DMs.
So you may argue that actually the reason why people are engaging more with their friends and people who they follow over on their stories and in the DMs is in fact because Instagram has given us no choice. We are no longer seeing their content in our feeds, as it's all full of sponsored ads and suggested content. So the only place we know we are guaranteed to see content from those that we want to are in stories. Either way, what strikes me more here is that they are basically saying the future of our feeds will be very much driven by recommendations. So does that mean we will be flooded with suggestions from large accounts and celebrity type accounts? How, as small creators, do we take advantage of this and expand our own reach? Well, that's where he goes on to say that they want to shift these recommendations so it doesn't favour only larger accounts and influencers, and that they want small creators to have just as much possibilities of showing up here and growing their accounts and making a living from the platform, which sounds great.
If we're really thoughtful, we can shift more distribution from aggregators, who I think today get more than their fair share of distribution on Instagram, to creators. Again, particularly small creators, I think we can do more by, because we want to be a platform where anybody can grow an audience and make a living over the long run.
But what do we need to do then as small creators to be with a chance of getting our content recommended? One of the things Adam suggests is that we look at Instagram's recent blog on what creators need to know about when it comes to Instagram recommendations. So let's take a look. Here, they briefly discuss their recommended guidelines, which explain what they try to recommend and what they will avoid recommending. So, it's things like content that's offensive or inappropriate, it won't get recommended. And also, if your account maybe has regularly posted content that goes against their community guidelines and so forth. It is worth taking a look at their recommended guidelines if you are unsure, but basically, they want Instagram to be a safe and enjoyable place. So they'll only recommend content that goes alongside this. You then have to have a public account. So if your account is private, then they will not recommend your content, which does make sense because if your account was private, I think you would be horrified if your content was being shown out there to people who you didn't even know, right? But then it goes on to best practices, and this is where it gets interesting. People who post original content will get a greater chance of their content being recommended. Adam Mosseri has been saying this for a while, and it really does look like original content is going to be favoured more. So eventually it will be favoured more over copycat content, reposted content and trends. So to take this further, original content is content that you have filmed yourself and that has not been posted on Instagram before. So if you're wanting to be recommended, then you really need to start creating original content of your own. And this is an important point. They say avoid re-uploading reels that are already on Instagram. So even repurposing your old reels that may have performed well might not be a great move if you're wanting your content to be recommended. So instead, they are suggesting you share reels to your stories that you think your followers will want to see if it has already been published on Instagram, whether that's your account or someone else's account. Reels are still going to be favoured and pushed, as it says here in black and white, to make sure they are part of your content strategy to maximise your opportunities to be recommended. And they go on to say the usual, that reels should be filmed vertically, so full screen, be short and concise, start with a hook to grab viewers' attention, and to not post low quality video or ones with the watermark logos from other apps. So again, if you have not got on board with reels yet, then you really need to start embracing them. And then it goes on to say that to get discovered in search, you need to consider text. So make sure your bio is fully optimized with keywords and that you use relevant keywords in your videos, captions, as well as hashtags. And remember, hashtags in the captions, not in the comments. I still hear so many people advising people to put hashtags in the comments, and it is a real bugbear of mine because it's so wrong. Comments are not part of search. So if you put your hashtags in the comments, they won't be found. So to have your post found in search, put your keywords and hashtags in the caption. Now, interestingly, one of the key points at the beginning of Instagram's blog post is that they not only look at how quickly a piece of content gets engagement, such as likes, comments, saves, shares, etc., but they also look at a person's interaction history with the person who posted, as well as other posts a person has liked or commented on. So this is where smaller accounts need to be strategic and start producing consistently really good, high quality and regular content with captions that include well thought out keywords and hashtags, etc. And they need to be getting engagement and engaging back, because I predict many small creators are going to see a spike in their reach over the coming months, which is great. However, this won't keep going if, quite frankly, your content is poor with no real plan or marketing strategy, which unfortunately will leave most small creators' reach eventually plummeting back down. Now, if you don't currently have a strategy on Instagram and you are struggling to grow, then I'm going to link a recent video that will help you out. So make sure you go and watch it after this one. I will also link it in the description below, and also a link to my Instagram marketing online course, Boom Impact Society, which will give you everything you need to know to market and grow your business on Instagram in 2022. So let me know in the comments below what you think about these recent updates to recommendations on Instagram, and also what else you need help with when it comes to your social media marketing.